So welcome back, everyone. Now, my next guest is Michael Chernine, and he is with cosigner.com. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Now, I want you to tell everybody a little bit about cosigner.
Well, cosigner is a national corporate co-signing service. So what we do is we help people that have bad credit that are looking to rent an apartment or a home and possibly being turned down because of that bad credit.
Tell you what, when I saw the ad like this, I couldn't believe it when I saw it. So everybody listen up, because, maybe you don't have the greatest credit in the world. They can help. All right, now, what are some of the benefits then? Let's talk about the landlords right now for somebody how you can help the landlords.
Well, for landlords, most of the time when they're looking at an individual, an applicant, they're just looking at a credit score. And it's kind of a black box because you really don't know how to improve your credit score by any particular amount or any number. And so they're not really getting the backstory with an individual. It could have been an isolated period of time that they couldn't make their financial obligations, but they're really working to build their credit back up and turn their lives around. So what we do is we'll screen those individuals. We check credit history, criminal history, homeland security, bounce checks, what have you. We do interviews with past landlords. So we're screening these individuals a lot deeper than just a credit score. And then what we're going to do is we're going to guarantee the rental income on that applicant if we approve them and co-sign for them for a certain period of time after they default.
Now, your phone number is area code 855-267. It's 4461. That's 855 cosign 1. So 855-267-4461. And the website is co-signer.com. So you help both the landlord and the tenant?
Correct.
How do you do
so
that?
We guarantee the lease to the landlord, and for the tenant, we help them get into a rental home or apartment that they can afford but have been being turned down because of bad credit.
Okay, so you can help either one. It's co-signer.com. The number is area code 855-267-4461. I'm sure that this question out here is almost like, oh, duh. Is there really a need out there in your industry today?
Oh, it's crazy.
It's got to be.
Do you know anybody with bad credit?
Everybody I know has bad credit. Except my dad.
There you go. Exactly. And if you would have listened to him, you wouldn't either. Actually, you know what? We've had over 5 million people that have transitioned from home ownership back to rentership here in the last few years. So, and most of these people are coming with bad credit. So if you're a good person with bad credit, we're here to help you.
I love that. If you're a good person with bad credit, how many people out there fit that model? Good person with bad credit, call them. The number is area code 855-267-4461. That's 855-cosign-1. Or you can also check them out on their website. It's co-signer.com. All right, so then who benefits? Everyone?
Everyone benefits. And, it's what we provide is least interruption protection for a landlord. If you've got an investor that owns 10 houses and he's got 2 of them vacant, that could be all of his profit right there. So in the event you've got an individual who's defaulted on their rent and just skips out, whether you have to evict them, we're going to continue to pay the rent for up to either 3 months or 6 months after they default.
All right, so these tenants, what is the process? What do they need to do?
All they have to do is come to our website and fill out a quick application. It's $75 for the screening fee, and then once we get that application in about 13 seconds, we're going to contact you within 24 hours and do a telephonic interview, verify some information. We do need to verify your income. You have to have at least a 3-to-1 income to rent ratio, and you can't have had more than 2 evictions in the last 3 years. And if you beat up your last landlord, we definitely can't take you. So if you've got any kind of violent history, you become a liability to the property. But we're pretty lenient, and if you're trying to rebuild your life and you had a certain period of time you made some mistakes, but you've got a good paying job and you're just getting turned down because of a number, then we're your company.
Okay, so now again, I want to get it out there. Do you help both the landlord and a tenant?
Yes, in fact, I would have to say 80% of our applicants that come in across the country know they have bad credit or have been turned down but don't have a place picked out. So once we pre-approve these applicants, we can call up the landlords that work with us and basically become a placement agent and fill your vacancies. And these tenants are going to come with a guarantee on their lease as well.
So there's a guarantee as well. So if you've got how many people out there that have taken their houses and now they're turning them around, they're renting them out. A lot of people have been doing that. You need their help because you want somebody who is a good tenant and also has good credit. They're here to help. It is co-signer.com. Their number is 855-267-4461. So who pays for this?
This is a tenant fee-based program, so an applicant will come in and pay the $75 to get screened. Within 24 hours, we're going to let you know whether we're going to approve you. Then we're going to charge for, and this depends on the landlord. If the landlord requires that you do the 3-month program or the 6-month program, there's going to be different fees. So the tenant pays 6% of the annual lease up front, and that's going to provide the landlord with 3 months of protection on the back end in case they default. If they pay 10%, the landlord's going to get 6 months. So you may have a house that's been sitting vacant for a year, and it's difficult to rent. You get somebody in there, they end up defaulting. The rent will continue to be paid for up to 6 months. But the tenant does pay for it because they're the ones with the bad credit, and the landlord gets the benefit.
All right, so you're a good person with bad credit, they can help. Are you a tenant? Do you have somebody maybe you have more than one house and you want to make sure that your tenant can pay? They're here to help. Co-signer.com. The number again is 855-267-4461. Before you go, I want to get out some of your success stories. Go ahead.
Certainly. Well, we get them every day, and it's amazing because these are average Americans that are calling us up. I would have to say a very few percentage of the people are those chronic defaulters that move from city to city and leave a swath of destruction behind them. We had a gentleman that was in the military. He was in Virginia, told his landlord he was going to get deployed to Afghanistan. Landlord said, no problem, son, I'm a veteran. He ends up leaving a couple months later, comes back 18 months later, and he tries to rent a place in Maryland, gets turned down by 2 different places. So he comes to us, and we look and find out he's got 4 evictions. So naturally, we were going to turn him down. He said, well, this must be a mistake. So we called the past landlord. The past landlord said, you know what, I hired a young girl. Not only did she file 1 eviction erroneously, she filed 4 evictions. So we went ahead and got those 4 evictions removed, and then we went ahead and co-signed for him. So I think there's just a lot of information out there. And, the credit bureaus aren't in the business of correcting, changes on credit reports. They're in there to protect the creditor. So, I think if you dig deeper in people's lives and look in their background, you can see that you can isolate the problems. And I had to say we're pretty lenient unless you're in one of those 3 categories I just spoke of.
Everybody's good person with some bad credit right now. It's been terrible the last few years. They can help, and if you are a landlord, they can help. It's co-signer.com. Their number is area code 855-267-4461. Go on the website. Everybody check it out.